Welcome to Tip of the Spear, where we talk about all things Wetumpka athletics. I'm your host, Chandler Ward. With me today are my co-hosts, Deacon, Meeks, and Noah Britt. To kick things off, I want to talk about our 13-8 Lady Indians volleyball team.
Yeah, after a recent tri-match against Alabama Christian Academy in Elmore County, we won 2-0 against ACA, but we fell short 1-2 against Elmore County.
So, off that other topic of the Lady Indians, we have our 0-4 flag football team who fell against Auburn High School. Now, with their next matchup, they will be at Central Phoenix City October 7th at 5:30 to have their fifth game.
Yeah, I'm honestly very excited about that. I can't wait to see how our flag football team will bounce back and how we will compete with that. I would also like to bring up the Jesse Owens Classic cross-country meet October the 4th, where we'll be able to showcase the Wetumpka Athletics cross-country.
So with this cross-country meet, we've got a lot of competition going on here. Now, speaking of competition, we have a lot of commitments to some competitive schools. So for starters, we have varsity shortstop Bailey Carlisle, who has committed to D2 Huntington University. Very exciting and very big.
We also have varsity catcher Alyssa Brown committing to a D1 Grambling State University. And both of these women are great athletes for Wetumpka softball, and they're going to make great impacts for the universities that they sign to.
Very exciting, and exciting for these universities as well. They're going to be a great attribute. Now, also someone who has committed on the other side of softball, baseball, we have Aiden Peak, who has committed to Reed State Community College. And once again, he's going to be a great attribute to these teams. He's a great player all in all, and he's really going to show them that he's going to put some worth into this team.
Agreed.
Now, Logan Fawcett, who is also on the baseball team, but as well on the football team. So we've got ourselves a multi-sport athlete here. He was named First Community Bank's Athlete of the Week.
Yeah, honestly, he was a very key player for this game. He got 11 total tackles, 7 which were solo, and 2 tackles for loss. So he made a very big key impact for this Wetumpka defense, who also needed some, help with the run game. Against Eufaula, they still struggled, but he made a key impact for it, and he helped them not get too many yards.
Absolutely. On another key impact, we have Keelan Thompson, who was named number 1 Class 6A sack leader. So Keelan Thompson, he's getting in that pocket, and he is destroying some QBs in these games.
Yeah.
Now, as you were saying about this Eufaula game, the Indians just played against Eufaula last Friday with sort of a rocky start on offense, with Eufaula coming up 13-0. But once Charlie Skipper really got in that mode and he got his offense rolling, the Indians went on a 21-6 run, going into halftime 21-19.
Yeah, after halftime, Eufaula kept it close, but they could not keep up with the Wetumpka offense, leading to a 36-32 win for the Indians.
Yeah, and I think efficiency was a big part of that. I mean, we were very consistent on offense, and the past few games, consistency has been up and down a little bit, but this game, in the Eufaula game, we really improved on it.
I agree. And so what we were saying about improvement is, as you were saying, that efficient offense, but the Indians had made every extra point after touchdowns.
Yes.
Now, that's very good. Alex Smeelan, who was kicking for the Indians, had 4 extra points. So every touchdown he had scored his extra point, really showing how much of a key player and attribute he is to the Indians.
Yeah, as well as efficiency on offense. The 2-point conversion was good after the holding call, so it was 10 yards back, and they still overcame adversity, and that was a real key part of this game because it was near the end too. At the time, it was 34-32, so without that 2-point conversion, Eufaula could have kicked a field goal, and they could have went up and won.
Now, obviously, I feel like these Indians should work on this running defense a little bit. Now, we have a great defense. We have a great line. There's just some things we have to kind of work on. Now, on the running game, I had seen a lot of harsh runs, a lot of just domination for these Eufaula running backs and the Eufaula QB. I had witnessed at least two 50-yard runs from Eufaula's running back, which really just put some harsh pressure on this D-line.
Yeah.
But on the other side, our passing defense was outstanding.
Yes.
We kept locked down on their receivers. We made sure they weren't getting that ball passed. We weren't letting them get up there. We had one very close call, which actually led to us winning this game. When Eufaula's QB threw that ball down, that was going to be a touchdown pass. But we had Emerson Polk lock down that receiver and bat that ball away to not allow that touchdown game-winning pass.
We had a great passing defense, like you said, but our running defense, to go back on that, is something we need to improve on. I mean, they had around 200 rushing yards on us, and that's something we need to improve on.
Yeah,
we have a bye
absolutely.
week too, so we have plenty of time to get that improved.
Yes,
Yeah.
the Indians are for sure going to work on that. I know Coach Bear, he's going to talk some sense into his defense. And Eufaula are some big guys. I mean, they use that read option play. I know their quarterback was actually a wide receiver. They don't have an actual quarterback at quarterback. So, I mean, they were running the ball very efficiently for good reason, honestly. But another thing the Indians could work on were flags.
Yeah.
And that could have actually cost them the game. They had a roughing the passer call late at the game. It was the last play of the game, actually. And after that 15-yard penalty, I was like, oh, shoot. Eufaula's right back in this thing because they were about midfield.
They had that no-clock play where you're thinking, dang, this is going to go like the Auburn-Alabama game where they just chuck it to the back of the end zone and win. But the Indians showed that they're not going to let that happen, and they have gotten their record up to 3-3 now. So they're bouncing back.
Yeah.
They want that playoff debut, and I think they're going to get it.
Agreed. And going back on the passing defense, that helped us win the game, like you were saying.
Absolutely.
With that roughing the passer call and the holding call and the two-point conversion, as I previously said. It was just a big impact on the Indians, and I know we can work on it and make it better.
And on that passing, I know Charlie Skipper had a great game, but I want to direct my attention towards John Hudson Wingard. I think this was his game of the year.
Most definitely.
I think after watching this game, this was the game that he's going to remember for his high school career.
Yeah.
He had 6 recorded catches, only 6, with 197 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's just a
outstanding.
phenomenal game, and with these catches, he had multiple great catches in between defenders, with Charlie just throwing great passes, like dimes straight to him, just in and out of defenders, weaving in and out, and it was just a great game all in all for John Hudson Wingard.
I agree. And going back on his game of the year, it for sure is right now. He has, he has more games to go through, but dude, 200 yards is insane. I mean, 3 touchdowns on 6 catches, like you were saying. If you had that man in fantasy football, you'd be winning right now.
Yeah. Since we've mentioned Charlie Skipper a few times already, he had a pretty good game himself. He went 17 for 25, 374 passing yards.
His best passing yards of the season, by the way.
He had 3 passing touchdowns and 57 rushing yards for 2 rushing touchdowns, I believe. But the blemish on the statistics for him was the 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
That is something he needs to improve on. His field awareness, something he needs to improve on, so he can reduce the interceptions he throws throughout the season.
And I feel like in this bye week they have coming up, those improvements are going to come.
Yeah.
Because he's very versatile. He's very just good on his feet. Multiple evasions of defenders.
Yeah.
He had great running plays.
He's a very mobile quarterback.
Absolutely. But these throws, he had a lot of risky throws.
Yeah.
A lot of them made it to where he wanted it.
But some didn't.
Some of them were just really risky. So just got to worry about that a little bit.
Yeah, and starting off with the start of the game, I mean, the pick 6, that had me worried because we were talking down 13-0. I mean, when you look at a guy like Charlie, you don't really expect him to be like throwing interceptions that early in the game, but he worked around it, and he was able to come back, and he was able to beat the Eufaula Tigers.
Exactly. He knew he had a rough start, and he didn't want that to be how his game went, so he showed out and had his best yardage game of the season.
For sure.
All right, well, that's going to sum up this football team. I'm excited for this game against Percy Julian after this bye week. Very excited to see what these Indians have to offer for us. So I thank you all for watching this episode of Tip of the Spear, and win the moment, Wetumpka.